Their children in the next row and grandchildren. Great grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats at this time. Would everybody put your cell phones to silent mode at this time? Funeral service is going to be conducted by Rabbi Eliezer Demarsky.
מזמור לדוד לא יקסור במזגש ולביצוע מפורס גרזני וכן גמר בצדק למען שמו וגיצר מארץ לא ירורה כי אתה עמדי שבתך שם תכהן עינך עמני קרח לפני שלך נגד צרה חוסר ויה אך טוב החסד ירדף כל ימי ושבתי בבית אדונו לאור ימים. Looking at this room, I think the way we sit here is very symbolic, and I'll explain. Our parents pass away, so there's a feeling that we're taking their place. We're moving one row in front. There was somebody who was before us, and we were sort of on the second row, and now your mother's here, and you're occupying the first row. And I think it's very symbolic how people figure out where to sit, because behind is next generation. And over there, great-grandchildren, which in life that's how it's supposed to be. But I would dare to say that, talking about Irina, I don't think we can say take or you take her place, because she lived in a very unique, and her challenges were unique, and them in a unique way. And therefore, it's true that we occupy the empty place, but I don't think we can take their place, because the way they live is like irreplaceable. We cannot repeat it. And it's a really heroic life. Heroic life that our different challenges cannot really imitate and repeat. And learning about Irina's life, it's really amazing how little she had in the beginning, and how hard life. She started with a very, very, like sort of, some people have a head start in general, like in life and sports, head start. She didn't have a head, she had opposite. There was a war, evacuation, and it was a very, very hard life. That was her start. But then, throughout the life, she built herself a very good life. And it's her merit. It's her merit. She had many talents. She was very bright. And together with Yaakov, with her husband, they built a good life for their daughters, for their grandchildren. And I'm talking about in the former Soviet Union and Kiev. And that was sort of most of her life. It was a good life, and it was a hard decision to move here, because she understood, I just project, that she understood, she and her husband, that they will not live in terms of like whatever they created for themselves, it will not be the same It's a different country, different language. But she and her husband made this move not for themselves. And it's very characteristic of her. Anything she did was not for herself, but for other people, whether it's a family, immediate family, extended family, or just people, friends around her. And her move here was for future generations, for her children, for her grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And coming here, now I think looking back, we can say thank you, and they made a good decision. And they were very supportive moving here, they were very supportive, helping daughters, granddaughters with the great-grandchildren and so on. And they created in some different sense, on different scale, but also good life. She created good life to herself. But I want to point out that what's amazing about Irina, what your mother, is that she never asked anything for herself. It's just anything she anything she had, her talents, time, energy, possessions, anything, money, it was to help other people and nothing for herself. And I think really she got a lot to herself through other people. She didn't ask to get, but by giving, she got a lot. She got a lot, nachas, what we say, satisfaction to see many generations of her family striving, living, and being happy. And this is thanks to her, and I would say anything forever that her generations will achieve, some will always be attributed to her. Because her husband were like pyramids. It grew bigger and bigger and bigger, more and more people. But forever the gratitude will really live an amazing life. And I said she started very hard, but I think she finished much better. Somebody once, I heard the phrase, somebody said that, a person said, when I was born, I was crying, every baby cries. Everybody was laughing because, it's a simcha, it's a happy event, mazel tov. So I was crying, everybody was laughing. He says, I want to live a life that when I die, everybody will be crying, but I will be laughing. I think she had the satisfaction, she had a very good life, that now she can reap, the fruit of her labor, of her life. That's my introduction, and I would like to invite Tanya to say a few words.
Sure.
I'll try my best. I do what I can. It's really hard to lose a mother. It's just unbelievable. She was an incredible woman with the biggest heart ever. Never cared for herself. Everything just she wanted to do just for us, to kids, to grandkids, to great-kids. She really lived a very hard life from the beginning. She was born, she had nothing, and when she came here to United States, she still cared about everyone else, not about herself. She was not really well health-wise. She was really sick and was still going through everything. Was in pain. Last month was really, really hard. She was in bed, not moving, not walking, but thankfully she had an amazing woman, Anya, that was taking care of her. And just thanks to you, Anichka, she was able to see all of us. She was able to live through to the moment when it came. Even when she was going to the hospital, she did not want to go. She said, no, I want to be home, but we just have to do it and see if we can save her. And she was still hoping. It's going to be really hard for us not to hear her voice, not to have her messages, text messages. This is a woman in the 90s, using telephones, Skyping, texting, making pictures, sending the picture, unbelievable. Watching TV, and if it's not working, she was getting upset. What am I going to do? I don't want to bother anybody, but she has no choice. She has to wait and see if TV is going to work magically on its own, and then she would need to ask for help. And that's how she was. She was always telling Anya, don't tell my kids, don't tell anybody what's happening with me. She was always saying, they have their own life. I don't want to bother them. I don't want to be burdened. And even in the last 3 days when she was in the hospital, she still was saying that, I'm okay, I'm not gonna, just go on. And I said, Mom, should I come? And she said, no, I'm okay, go on with your life. I'm okay. And I think she will be okay. She will be with us all the time. Her memory will be with us. Just going to take time to understand that. I don't know how, but not to see this, and not to hear the messages, not to hear her voice, but she will be in the memories all the time with us. She was an incredible human being. She's lucky she had such a big family, 8 grandkids that loved her. And I'm so glad that even before she was going to the hospitals, she saw kids, she heard them, she just was full of love to family in France. It's hard, it's really hard, but she will be always with us, no matter what. She will be with us, yes.
You said, anybody else was planning kids? Yes, sir.
Grandma was a very, very special person to all of us, very special person to every generation that she oversaw. She loved, she lived, she was born into nothing and survived the Nazis, she survived Soviet Union, she survived immigration here. And then she had 30 years here where she lived and got to watch her kids, her grandkids, her great-grandkids grow up all around her. It was always amazing to listen and hear every word that she said, because she never wanted to bother anybody. But she always had a nice word to say, or a very nice thing to do for everybody who was around her. She was a woman who we're going to remember always. We're always going to have a place for her in our hearts, in our minds. Her great-grandkids will remember her. They were lucky enough to see her. And we were very lucky to know her. I think her memory will be a blessing. And I appreciate the fact that everybody was able to come on such short notice and on such quick gathering to celebrate. Because really what we're doing is we're not mourning. We're celebrating the life that she lived, 91 years of an amazing life, 3 generations that she birthed, that she stood as the matriarch at the top of that pyramid. And, we love her, we remember her, and we will always know all the amazing things that she did and all the great stories that she lived.
Just 1 second.
You,
No, there's a girl. The girl is on stage.
Grandma was amazing human being. She was extremely strong. She was one of those people who was very direct with everything that she had to say. When she loved someone with no conditions. When she didn't like someone, she would let people know. And she had no words about it. She had that amazing inner light, and it was easy to always think that she was okay. She was gonna be good. So, like you said, like everybody said, she didn't want to bother anybody, nor let anyone know. How you doing? Great. Everything is okay. Everything is wonderful. Monday morning, oh, I'm great. I'm gonna be home soon. We're gonna see each other. She was someone who had that inner light, inner strength, and it was easy to be, I guess it was easy to be a child with her around. And being a child with her around was easy. And we're gonna miss her very much, and we're going to everybody's life can be a lesson, and this is gonna be this is a huge lesson for all of us. Lesson in strengths, lesson that life is about priorities. Her priorities were children, her priorities were us, her priorities were positivity, and it's a lesson for us to learn, for me, definitely to learn that life is now, and priority is to be as kind and as close to those around us and those who are with us, and I'm gonna miss you much. I'm gonna miss you very much, and I'm gonna try to make sure that we are all feeling the love. Thank you.
We love Bausha. And she was in a lot of, she was very healthy and she was in a lot of pain, and now she isn't because she's in heaven. And Bausha Larissa's mother passed, and I feel we're sad, and now she will look over us and think of us. She wants to be independent, and she did. And she is a part of family, and we love her. And we honor her.
Is there anyone else who? Talk louder, please.
We pray for Babuya. Babuya has been alive for 91 years, and I hope all the 91 years of her life were the best years. Thank you for always being happy when we visit you. I remember when I was Mimi's age, and you were in the hospital, and I loved hot chocolate, and so when I went to the chocolate machine, I would run to you and to the machine and give you the hot chocolate. I would also give you some hugs and kisses. Thank you for giving me lots of hugs and always being there. I know you're in a better place now. I love you so much, and you will never forget about me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anyone else?
I've been in life for 8 years, and in those 8 years, I had the best time. She gave me the warmest hugs, and they were happy and joy. They made me a day. And I pray for her to rest in peace, and for her family to thank you for making this family. I love you, Babuya, for everything you do for us.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Babuya was really pretty woman and was really independent. She always looked on the bright side. I love her so much, and I bet you guys love her as much as I do.
Today we gather not to mourn our grandmother, but to celebrate the life of an incredible woman, my grandmother, Irina Lerman. She was more than just a grandma to all of us. She was the heart of our family, our strength, and our example of what it means to love selflessly. She lived through unimaginable hardship. She had a very hard life growing up. She never let her pain and darkness define her. Instead, she chose to love. She chose kindness. She gave everything she had and more to everyone that she loved around her. She made weekly visits to the bazaar to take all the fruits and the vegetables and canned food and anything that she could, and distributed it amongst the family whenever anyone would come and visit. To her, that was everything. And she showed her love this way. She saved all her money just to offer it to all of us. She wanted to help us in every way she knew how. She fought for her independence as long as she could. She never thought of herself first. She always wanted to make sure everyone else was taken care of. Even in her later years, when her body was in pain and her days were difficult, she never complained to anyone. She never wanted to be a burden. This was just who she was. Strong and graceful and endlessly giving. She held on for 91 years, not because life was easy, but because her heart was full of life and love. She wanted to see her daughters live their lives, and her grandchildren and great-grandchildren grow and live the lives that she's always dreamed for all of us. She wanted so badly for me to find a great man in my life. She loved Mickey like he was her own grandchild, and I'm so glad she was able to see all of this happen. She was truly a special woman. She got to spend 4 beautiful years in my children's lives, and we will keep her memory alive as our children grow. To her, family is everything. She loved us unconditionally, and her warmth will stay with us forever. Her strength will guide us. Her love will continue through us. And though our hearts hurt today, we will find comfort knowing she's finally at peace, reunited with everyone who she loved, free of pain, watching over us with that gentle smile of hers. Grandma, thank you for teaching us what true strength and love really looks like. You will always live in our hearts. In every act of kindness we do, in every hug we give, in every moment we choose to love over anything else. Your strength will stay with me forever, and we will always love you forever.
Да. Очень тяжело добавить что-то к тому, что было сказано взрослыми, детьми, всеми, кто был здесь. И самое главное, что было сказано, это то, что она была любима и дорога всем поколениям, и детям, и внукам, и правнукам. И прожить такую жизнь, когда ты всеми любима, это стоит дорогого. Это значит, что человек нес в этот мир радость, заботу и только позитивную энергию. И все поколения это чувствуют. И я хочу сказать, что за это Бог дал легкую смерть. Мы должны реализовать, что мы все когда-то там будем, мы не спешим туда. И Бог дал ей долгую жизнь и легкую смерть. Она не знала, что она уходит. Мы все с ней говорили накануне и утром. Она жила до последней минуты, и она не мучила нас. Мы не знали, и она не знала. И спасибо хочу сказать силам Всевышним, что избавили ее и от мучений, и от волнений, что она нас мучает. И так как она ушла, это только не всем дано. И это только говорит о том, что она была святой женщиной. Мы ее будем любить и помнить всегда, и она останется в наших сердцах навеки.
asked me a question, is that, how does a Jewish law look at bringing children to the funeral, right? Bringing children to the cemetery, and I told you that it's considered normal. And the reason is because we want our kids see the real life. And real life is not only laughter and concerts and happy times. Real life, it's also the sad moments. King Solomon said there's time to laugh and time to cry. And it's important to know that, and that's how you grow, that's how you become strong. When you go through all this, we all love the honey, right? Everybody loves the honey, but bee also has a sting. And it's just internal part, one doesn't come without another. And therefore we thank God, all our life, we thank God for the honey and for the sting. And I would ask everybody to rise for the final prayer, where we ask God to remember everything Irina did, created, and it should serve as a merit, and her soul should be granted the highest possible place among the most righteous women. I would ask everybody to rise for the duration of the prayer, and then in the end answer Amen.
El Malerachamim Shoichem Bamrovomi Hamtzeh Menucha Nechona Al Kanfei Ashchina B'malois Kedoshim V'Torim Ki Zohar Rakia Mazhirim Es Nishmas Irina Bas Michail Shalcha L'Olamah בעבור שנשפוך תתן לצדוקה ותזכורס נשמסה בגן עדן תהיה מנוחסה לכן בעל הרחמים יסתיריה בססר כנפיו לעולמים ויצרור בצרור החיים אס נשמסה אדוני הוא נחלסה ושנוא בשלום על משכבה, ונאמר אמן.
Please take your seats.
We're going to proceed now to the grave site. You're welcome to either follow in your cars or to walk behind the hearse. And at this time, if I could just ask if there's gentlemen here that could act as pallbearers, we could use your assistance. Oh, also afterwards, family is going back to Maestro Restaurant, and that is here.
Okay, this rise. We'll take the guests.